Hi, my name is Sean, and this is a Pokemon challenge. So there are two things to say about this challenge. One are the rules, which are in the description, and two is how the challenge is accomplished. So, for Lorelei, the basic idea here is to take advantage of the good AI in Gen 1, which basically means that an opponent's Pokemon will automatically use a move that is super effective against your Pokemon. In Lorelei's case, she has two moves with Dugong, that's Aurora Beam and Rest. Aurora Beam is an instant reset, but Rest can cause for Dugong to either fall asleep if it's damaged, or basically waste a turn. So, Dugong has about a 50% chance to use either Rest or Aurora Beam. For me to be able to beat Dugong with a level 6 Zubat, I need Dugong to use Rest for 2 turns in a row, fall asleep on turn 2, then I need to set up Double Team and apply Toxic, then I need Dugong to not use Rest for 6 turns. I also set up a substitute so that I can survive getting hit with an Aurora Beam. After many hundreds of attempts, I managed to do exactly that. Unfortunately, my Zubat was KO'd a couple of times afterwards by Cloyster. With some perseverance, I managed to make it past Lorelei. So next up is Bruno, but essentially he's not really worth talking about. Instead, I'll just skip to Agatha. Agatha is a different story, obviously. Agatha's Pokemon are immune to Toxic, and she has access to Haze, which removes my substitute and my evasion bonus from Double Team. Her Ghost Pokemon are also immune to normal-type moves, such as Swift. Originally, I thought that I would try to delay my Zubat from evolving so that I could learn Wing Attack during my battle against Agatha. I would use Mimic to copy Confuse Ray or Nightshade and try to whittle down her Pokemon, and then I would learn Wing Attack mid-battle and then use that to finish off her final Pokemon. That didn't work, though it may be possible for the strategy to work eventually. I wasn't able to pull it off. Instead, I tried a strategy with Golbat around using Rest and Bide. That too didn't work that well either, and I ended up giving up on that. Miraculously, I came up with a very bizarre strategy that ended up working thanks to a major glitch involving Bide. See, Bide checks for damage dealt by the opposing Pokemon during that Pokemon's turn, but it doesn't check if the damage is dealt to your Pokemon. Because of this, Bide accumulates damage even if the damage wasn't dealt to your Pokemon. For instance, it accumulates damage when the opposing Pokemon damages itself in Confusion. Originally, I thought that I could use a combination of Rest, Bide, and Confuse Ray to whittle down her Pokemon. That didn't work very well, but I saw that Bide was dealing damage even though my Golbat wasn't taking damage. For my final strategy, I used Double Team, Bide, Leech Life, and Mimic to copy Confuse Ray. I thought that I might need Leech Life to restore some HP. I ended up not using it at all. Sadly, I threw away Toxic in order to keep Leech Life, and that's going to end up making Lance a lot more difficult. Still, I beat Agatha. I thought Lance might end up being impossible to beat without Toxic, but I ended up being wrong about that, thankfully. I used Rest, Bide, Mimic, and Double Team. I copied Hyper Beam to beat Gyarados and Dragonair. Then I learned Wing Attack in mid-battle and taught over Double Team, and then Hyper Beam reverted back into Mimic. I decided to copy Supersonic with Mimic to beat Aerodactyl. I tried to use Bide Supersonic, but his Aerodactyl broke through and hit me through evasion during Bide. That works, I guess. I tried using Supersonic on Dragonite to no avail. I instead used Struggle to whittle him down to my eventual victory. Last but not least is a champion. I think that I one-shot the champion. I used TM32 Double Team and taught over Rest, and then used TM21 Mega Drain and taught over Bide. I used Mimic to copy Sky Attack. In Gen 1, Sky Attack is a base power of 140, which is 210 after stab. Against Rhydon, I used Mega Drain. I forced the champion to pick Venusaur so that I wouldn't be able to use Toxic against it, but his opening Pokemon is so bad that it makes no difference anyway. That's about it. Obviously this run has a lot of RNG dependence to it, and I know that some other YouTubers don't really like relying on that, on like Double Team and stuff like that. I guess I don't really care about that. I don't know. Relying on RNG doesn't always make a good run, but I think it's entertaining to watch, so who cares? Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe for more, I guess.